to all the guests, panelists, and participants from across the world. I welcome you all again on the second day of the 10th International Conference on Universal Human Values in Higher Education 2025, empowering you through value-driven education for a happy and peaceful world. Again, happy to see you all. We are globally connected here to celebrate not just an academic conference, but a shared global commitment to nurture compassion, integrity, harmony, and universal human values in the core of humanity through education. So therefore, in this sequence, today we have panel discussion on vision for empowering youth through value-driven higher education. So to proceed further, the discussion I would like to introduce our UHV presenter, Mr. Dr. Prashant B.
Abhaji, you can keep the mic closer. Your voice is very low. Your decibel is very low.
Am I all fine? My voice is coming now properly?
It's very low. Volume is very low. If you can make it little louder, it will be very effective.
Okay. So to proceed further, I would like to introduce our UHV presenter, Dr. Prashant B. Jagvane. He has been an ex-professor and dean infrastructure in Department of Civil Engineering, Government, COE, Nagpur, Maharashtra. He has more than 37 years of teaching experience, and he has guided PhD students and earned accolades of 85 NPTEL subjects with gold medal in one, and he has been volunteer for Universal Human Values since September 2023. Next.
Thank you, Abhaji.
Welcome, sir. Welcome.
Namaste.
Now, I would like to introduce our moderator, Mr. Umesh Chatterjee. He has been a member for National Coordination Committee for Induction, AICTE. He is a former faculty from D2 College of Business Studies, Royal University of Bhutan, and he has done masters from tourism administration, and he has also been a volunteer for Universal Human Values since 2012. Welcome, sir. Welcome to you. Now I would like to introduce our panelists. Among them, first one is Dr. Jitendra Kumar Mishra. He is a Vice Chancellor in charge, Jain deemed to be University, Bangalore, Karnataka, India. He has specific achievements in extensive leadership experience as Dean and Director at prestigious institutions. He has spearheaded initiatives in outcome-based education, accreditations, and ranking methodologies. He is also expertise in educational leadership, strategic planning, institutional development, research, and innovation. Welcome, sir. We are happy to have you here so that you can also gear up all these initiatives which you have been doing here, there in your institution.
Thank you.
Welcome, sir. Now, we have Professor Dr. Mridula S. She is a professor and member Board of Studies, School of Engineering, Kochi University of Science and Technology, Kochi, India. She has more than 34 years of total experience. She has specific achievements for authoring books and published numerous research articles. She is also the recipient of several awards and accolades. Welcome, ma'am.
Namaste. Thank you.
Welcome, ma'am. Welcome. Nice to have you here, ma'am.
Thank you.
Now we have Professor Dr. Suresh D. Maniji is there. He is also a principal in D.Y. Patil, Pratishthan's College of Engineering, Kolhapur, Maharashtra, from India. He has more than 33 years of experience for teaching, and he has specific achievements in implementing Universal Human Values course for UG Engineering program for academic year 25-26. Welcome, sir. Next is Next panelist is Dr. Shanmukhpriya S.G. She is an assistant professor in Department of Electrical and Electronics Engineering. She is in Salem Institute of Science and Technology, Kulathur, Tamil Nadu. She is BE in Electrical and Electronics and ME and PhD in Power Systems. She has more than 20 years of teaching experience, and she has also been volunteering for Universal Human Values since 2023.
Welcome. Thank you, ma'am. I'm
Welcome,
happy to be a part of this panel discussion. Thank you.
Welcome, ma'am. Welcome to our panel discussion now. Next, we have, ma'am, research is not there. Yes, we have Ms. Shreya Nair. She is student of fourth year BTech Computer Science Engineering. She is from Cochin University College of Engineering, Kuttanad, Chuset. She is a student in Universal Human Values, and she has been here since 2023. Welcome, Shreya. Welcome to this panel discussion. Next panelist is Professor Soni Agarwal. Professor Soni Agarwal is a professor in International Management Institute, IMI, Kolkata, India. She has more than 20 years of experience in industry and academia. She has also a specific achievement in executing coach, author of the book Green HRM, for climate conscious route to triple bottom line. And she is also a productivity specialist in Asia Productivity Council. So it's nice to see reading all the achievements of all the panelists, and it's really heartening to see that you all will be definitely enriched with this panel discussion for your respective areas. So now I am handing over to Dr. Prashant for UHV point of view. He will be presenting his UHV point of view in this before this panel discussion. Welcome, Priya.
Thank you, Abhaji. I will share my slides. Abhaji, my slides are clear?
Yes.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. This is Dr. Prashant. Today's Universal Human Value point of view presenter. So I welcome you all for this 10th International Conference on Human Values in Higher Education. So this is 3 days conference. We started yesterday, and the theme of the conference is empowering youth through value-driven education for a happy and peaceful world. So we are in panel of special interest group of higher education, and today is the second day, and here we'll see that vision for empowering youth through value-driven higher education. So as we are empowering youth through value-driven education, so what is the vision? So before that, we'll see what we have covered yesterday. Maximum of us were there who attended day one. So yesterday in the panel discussion, we analyzed the strength, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. That is the SWOT analysis. And in the today, in the context of modern challenges and the use of this value-driven education. And we saw that there is a need for value-driven education, and which will harness and this means the strength and opportunities of today's youth and address their weaknesses and threats effectively, confronting that emerging threats. So today we'll discuss the vision for value-driven education. So while discussing this vision for value-driven education, so we'll go through these common graduate attributes. So particularly, number one is holistic vision of the life. Second is socially responsible behavior, environmentally responsible work, ethically human conduct, then having competence and capabilities for maintaining health and hygiene, and the last is appreciation and aspiration for excellence, that is merit and gratitude for all. So the details are, so these common graduate attributes includes individual, social and ecological responsibility. So number one is holistic vision of life. So that is, so this holistic vision means which leads to clarity, self-confidence and self-fulfillment in the student individual particularly. So it is through motivation for excellence. So that is through exploration, research, innovation, and a mindset for continuous self-observation, self-evaluation, and self-improvement. Secondly, clarity about human being. So that is nature, existence, and human conduct all. Then self-confidence in terms of identification of one's role in the society, his competence for its fulfillment, including competence to take appropriate decisions, and self-fulfillment, being in a state of happiness and peace in continuity and prosperity, so which calls for the means which is required for mental or psychological, emotional, intellectual and spiritual development of the student. So second is socially responsible behavior. So enabling teamwork and responsible personality. So by ensuring mutually fulfilling behavior at the level of family, workplace, society, from community to nation and world. So it calls for civil responsibility and engagement, harmonious and effective communication skills, mindset for responsible national and global citizenship, sense of equality for all human beings, being free from discrimination such as caste, color, race, gender, wealth, creed, etc. Third attribute is environmentally responsible work enabling prosperity in human being and with the nature. So having appropriate skills and mindset for production along with proper identification of physical needs. It is very much necessary, physical facilities. Then competence for ensuring balance and enrichment in nature, mindset of right utilization, not overconsumption or misuse of the physical resources. Then free from mentality of exploitation and domination because we have to save the nature. Then fourth common graduate attribute is ethical human conduct, which includes its professional development, then good characteristics in terms of participation, including behavior and at the different level of the society, that is family, then second is workplace and society, from community to nation and the world overall. So this provides the basis for ethical reasoning and the strong ethical ground for the development. So next is having competence and capabilities for maintaining health and hygiene. That is very much important because so this is useful for appropriate lifestyle, including that is proper number one intake, routine, that is include means intake includes food habits, routine is daily and seasonal, and interaction with the environment, with human being and rest of the nature. The last graduate attributes for this vision is appreciation and aspiration for excellence, that is merit and gratitude for all those who have helped for our excellence. So they should know, means the youth nowadays should know the whole existence and nature, rest of the nature, that is soil, water, air, plants, animals, and the human beings and the human tradition also. So along with this reverence and gratitude for this glorious human tradition. So with the discussion, today's panel discussion, so the expected outcomes will be by aligning value-based graduate attributes with the sought realities of youth, which we have seen yesterday. Education can become a transformative tool for, number one, harnessing strength and unlocking potential, providing direction and stability, and building inner resilience and ethical grounding, and empowering youth to shape a peaceful, sustainable, and fulfilling, we can say, world. So the guidelines for value-driven education, how we guide the students nowadays. So it should be universal. The content needs to be universal, applicable to all human beings, and same for all places. It should not depend upon sect, creed, nationality, race, gender, etc. Secondly, it should be rational. It must be amenable to logical reasoning. It should not be based upon the blind belief, that is do's and don'ts. And it should be verifiable, means the student should be able to verify the values on his own right, should not be asked to believe just because it is stated in the course or just stated by the we all senior people. So it should be leading to harmony. Values have to enable us to live in peace, means live in peace and harmony within ourselves and other individuals also, that is human beings and rest of the nature. So in short, I'll sum up. Education needs to envision the following gratitude attributes in the youth, today's youth, empowering by holistic vision of life, socially responsible behavior, environmentally responsible work, ethical human conduct, having competence and capabilities for maintaining health and hygiene, and appreciation and aspiration for excellence. So that is merit and gratitude for all. So to ensure the above, the value inputs need to be universal, rational, verifiable, and leading to harmony. So thank you very much for patient listening. Now again I hand over to Abadidi, then it will be given to moderator Umesh ji. Thank you. Abadidi, over to you. Ji. Namaste.
Thank you, Prashant sir. Now we have some new guests. Ma'am Teresa George. Welcome, ma'am. I don't have much idea about your background, but I hope that you are attending to our panelist discussion. That means you have that knack about this value education. So happy to see you, ma'am, here. Thank you. Next, our guest is Ma'am Shashi Binani. Welcome, ma'am. Same with you also. We are very happy to welcome you here in our discussion panel. Just trying to get your views also there on vision for value-based education. So welcome now. Our
Shashiji and guests can open their video so that we can see. Thank you. Ji.
Dr. Ankita Tirki ji have also joined.
yes. Welcome to Dr. Ankita Harshit Tigre, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Welcome, ma'am. I have the details of ma'am's background. Ma'am is a Dean in Accreditation and Outcome-Based Education, Ajinkya D.Y. Patil School of Engineering, Pune, Maharashtra, India. She has total experience of 16 years And she has also a specific achievement for being honored with the Education Excellence Award. And she is recipient of the Best Faculty of the Year Award. Welcome, ma'am. And I would like to hand over to Mr. Umesh Chatterjee for conducting the panel discussion. I hope the panel discussion is going to be interesting and inspiring for each of you. Over to you.
Thank you, Avaji. Thank you, Prashantji, for introduction and sharing UHV point of view, setting up the tone for this
Thank you.
panel discussions. Good afternoon, everyone. Without wasting a single second, I just directly go to the panelists, try to understand their views. Before that, just one guidelines is that in the first round of discussions, every panelist will get 3 minutes. So you can make the right utilization of your 3 minutes to answer to the question. So the first question is to Dr. D2-3 Mishra ji, Vice Chancellor sir. How can value-based education help today's youth move from very fragmented career-centric outlook to more of holistic vision of life? Jitendra sir.
Thank you, Umesh. Hope I am audible.
Yes, sir. Very clear.
Right. Thank you very much. And thank you for posing a very fundamental question. But I would like to, with your permission, I would like to put it a little differently. Universal human values, as the name suggests, it is universal and it's very fundamental. This is connected to our existential harmony and leading to our success as a individual who is part of the entire ecosystem, who is part of the larger ecosystem. So benefits are not having any doubt. We all have a very clear thing that if the universal human values are followed, it creates harmony among all the human beings and the ecosystem components, which includes environment and other things. And as a whole, it creates a synergy, because when harmoniously we work with the fellow being and with the ecosystem, environment and resources, we are able to progress with peace and prosperity. But the problem is the definition of achievement, whether it is academic achievement, whether it is a career achievement, or it is the life success, has narrowed down. And if you see thoroughly, education has lost its larger purpose and has reduced to be an instrument of earning living. That's all. And that's, I think, is a big disservice. If we are only focusing on having a living and to have a better living, when you are making it more comparative and competitive, the universality of the values and the harmony of collective living get lost. So the outcomes and benefits of universal human values are very well established. I think there is less debate on whether it is useful or not. The larger debate has to be how to get it aligned with the academic process in the academic curriculum, not for the matter of accreditation tick box or for the purpose of putting it one more item in the curriculum, but from the real practice, which leads to transformation, where people get engaged and they feel happy being part of it. They perceive the value that it offers. And it cannot be only at one stage. As a collective society, as a collective existence, we have to see all the stakeholders on board. We all want good people in our team. We all want good people in our surrounding. We all want good people all around. But when it comes to discharging our value for anybody's else benefit, we immediately start counting that what is there for me and how well I can get it for my interest. That part has to be sensitized and changed. As we move forward, we will discuss. You see, in Japan, before the students, before the young kids goes to school, they are being put to the learning to understand their existence in a larger connect with the environment, and they remain with environment under a very guided comprehensive framework for many years, 6 to 8 years, and that way they develop that value which they follow collectively, and it is for everybody. So there is a connect. I think we need to think from the effectively imbibing these values in a right way and taking it forward. So I will rest my initial comments here in the interest of time, and we would try to build on it as we move forward. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for a very strong views on having universal human value education, which can help our youth to identify the purpose of the life, to develop the ability to deliver with the purpose of the life, and that can basically, help in having the competence about the holistic human life. So thank you so much. Now I'd like to take up the next question to Dr. Shanmugha Priyaji. Shanmugha Priyaji, like many people say that today's youth are very confused about the purpose, about the direction. So the question is that how can educators nurture our today's youth to get more clarity and balance between the personal aspiration and the social well-being? Over to you.
Yes. Thank you, Dr. Umesh, for this wonderful question. As from the previous panelist, I just got surprised that the practice in Japan. Yes, we do follow the same thing in some aspects. Like as you mentioned, the educators are nowadays plays a crucial role by creating spaces for a dialogue. Dialogue in the sense we'll make them to think by asking the questions in their own self, and also about their reflection, and value-based discussions are very much necessary. Like without initiating those initial dialogue, and what about the reflection from their own experience and some value-based discussions, it is a doubt how we can make our children to balance between the personal aspirations and social well-being, I would say. So the educators as a guide, we are taking so much responsibility in this regard, I would say. So when students are engaged to examine their aspiration in the context of social responsibility, I would say, and they begin to see that personal success and social good are interconnected. So there is no doubt in that. So through experimental learning and community engagement, that is very much needed. From my experience, my third year students, that is BE, CSE or EEE students, we are sending to 15 or 20 days training for to express their how they are involving themselves into the community. So after that 15 days, they are submitting a report. In that, we saw that I surprised that many people went to that like old age homes. They are taught the many advancement in the like computer to the village people, like that, and all they went, they submitted. So through this curriculum involvement or advancement, we are making them to involve themselves into the community engagement, so that by putting there in the different places, they will understand that the reality. So one student of mine, he shared that, ma'am, after I went to that particular place, I taught them how to use the computer. First time they are touching the mouse computer, so they felt very much happy. So I thought, ma'am, should continue the same after my BE degree also. So that initiative came from our side as an educator or guide. So the community engagement is very much needed, and we can give some real life examples, and educations also can help youth understand the true growth occurs when individual aspirations contribute to collective well-being And role modeling by educators further reinforces this balance. Even I remember my teacher, I am taking many of my school teacher, college teacher as a role model in many aspects, how they initiated the dialogue in me. That plays a major role, I would say. And as being at an education institution for more than 20 years, I am reinforcing that and also ensuring that I am helping my students also to create a dialogue in their self, and also some aspects they are taking me as a role model that I can see from their way how they are responding to me. Thank you, Dr. Rumesh, for this question.
Thank you so much for bringing a very valued point into this discussion, and that itself is a discussion. We need to discuss with the children beyond their individual aspirations. But like how many times we as a teacher engage into such sort of a meaningful discussions where a student can think beyond the job and beyond the money. But the strategy what you have adopted at your institute level, I think it may work out for all the different institutions. So thank you so much, Shanmuga Priyaji. Now I would like to take up the next question to Dr. Suresh Maneji. So the youths are very passionate. If they become passionate about something, they put a lot of energy for the achievement of and the fulfillment of that particular passion. The question is that how the value education can convert the passion of youth for the social cause so that the youth can take the responsibility. So over to you, sir.
Good afternoon all, and thank you for this very important question, what I feel. Value education is definitely contributing to the growth of the nation. It has formally started lately, but now as spoken by earlier resource persons, the student induction program, which has been made, 21-day student induction program has been made mandatory. So the nine different values which are universal in nature, they are being brought to the notice of the students, and they have a lot of activities to do so that they understand the various values actually, because formally they are not being taught prior to this. Secondly, as Madam has told, we need to be role models. So when I had an institution where we have around 70 plus faculty and our 50 non-teaching staff, so we have to be role models for others to emulate. So we and in this concept, what I have seen, UHV training, what I have undergone, 2 trainings, what I have undergone, we need not tell people to do something. We need to make them think, and they should take this idea, think on themselves, agree with them, and then implement successfully. I think that is more sustainable in nature rather than directing people to do what they are supposed to do. That we are implementing in the college. And as my previous speakers have spoken, these extension activities, I would like to add that whatever accreditations NIRF, NAC, NBA is there, most of the people, due to various constraints, they are only ticking the box, as Dr. Jiten Kumar spoke. But I think we as the leaders of education, higher education especially, we need to apply ourselves and see that how we are contributing to this environment, ethics, society and all. So this is a challenge before the academic administrators to see that this academic processes which are being implemented, be it the approval body like AICT or the accreditation bodies like NAC and NBA or the ranking framework like NIRF, we understand the things in totality and we educate our main stakeholders, the teachers who are going to implement that. And at the end of the day, it should percolate down to the students also. They should understand what are the program outcomes. And most of the universal human values, when we talk, they are also coming into our program outcomes. And as the Prashant sir told about, they are the graduate attributes, common graduate attributes globally accepted. So there is a lot of linkages. Basically, what I can feel that they are not in isolation. The process, what is being undertaken, is really good, and I think the momentum. If you look at this 10th edition of this international conference on universal human values, the momentum is picking up. We have the statistics speak for themselves. Around 7,000 plus participants from 55 different nations. If they are all this is a common cause, so that we as educational administrators, we need to be role models, groom our faculty, groom our students, and the students also do take extension activities. They go on to the underprivileged sections of the society. They go to the rural schools, and they also do contribution. I am very proud to say this experiment has been very successful, and many of our students are voluntarily going to schools and giving digital education about health, and they are feeling happy, and they are continuing even after completing their education. So I'll conclude here so that other panel members, in the interest of time, so that panel members can express with. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. Yeah, that's a very important point. The process of universal human values is the process of self-exploration. So instead of imposing the ideas on what to do and what should not be, as the experience speaks louder than the word, and that has been said by Dr. Mane. He himself have attended the workshop for 2 times, had gone through the process, and as a head of the institution, helping every student and faculty to go through the same process. As a result, I like that one word: our student voluntarily going to the society and community. So the institute did not have to make a projects for the student and direct them to to go. And that was basically my question: how the passion of the youth can be converted into social cause, taking responsibility for the society, and it has come out very nicely from your sharing. Thank you, sir. Now, I would like to take upon the next question to Dr. Mridula ji. There's a whole lot of talk about this Gen Z and millennials and so many things about these people. But they have a strength, and the question is that how the strength of Gen Z can be converted to promote socially responsible and more inclusive citizens.
Yes, sir. We hear a lot of contradictory opinions about the Gen Z. Generally, the teachers, I hear my colleagues complaining that this generation is so different from the earlier generations. Even I was one among them holding the same opinion. But of late, I've been trying to put myself in their shoe, and I feel what lacks in them is they rarely pause and reflect on themselves. They get carried away with too many distractions, and they are under pressure to perform, the pressure from parents till they reach here, and once they reach here again, the pressure, the peer pressure, and especially I'm the coordinator of the final year batch. So I see that when a few of the students get placed, the others naturally they are under more pressure. So I try to tell my students now and then, like ours is a very politically vibrant campus where we see a lot of student movements. But at that time, I try to tell them our need is our responsibility. So when they talk about their rights, I try to tell them it's a package deal. Rights come with responsibilities. So instead of always fighting for your rights, try to just pause and reflect on yourself. Try to look at your own GPS. Are you on the right path? Or are you heading to where you planned 4 years ago when you came here? So that something is is which I feel is lacking in them. It is not that they don't have a vision; they do have a vision, but at times I feel some of them lack the confidence. When they ask them how many of them are interested to do competitive examinations, civil services, UPSC, when none of them, even if they are planning to do, they won't open up because that's what one student told me, ma'am, like we don't want to disclose all our plans because otherwise we would be a laughing stock. So uh, that way, it's not that, I mean, they are really smart. They really have a vision, but I guess the whole person should have a noble vision, and he should have a passion in his heart. And as we say in the UHV, the discipline in the body, and finally, there should be a conscience in the spirit. I guess that this is a beautiful combination of a whole person. Otherwise, you end up being a fragmented person. So today's youth, uh, with the help of such value based education, I guess we can really help them out to follow their goals. Uh, so we should try to help them to find their own inner voice so that they inspire others to find their voice. We teachers can be a living example rather than imposing our views on them. I guess this is a right way to do. I'm not sure if I answered your question, sir. Anything else?
No, you have answered to the question, and in fact, you have shared your personal experiences while answering to the question that connects more and helps us to understand with more clarity. A teacher needs to be responsible. So a responsible teacher can definitely handle and nurture the next generation, or what we call the Gen Z, to promote the idea of being more socially responsible into them. So thank you for your answer. Now, we do have a student, Shreya Nayarji. Shreya, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, all the young people, they say that the student, the old people, they say that the students and the youth are totally into the digital world, and there is kind of a digital overload. How can holistic education reconnect youth with the self-awareness to have a meaningful life? As one of the students of UHV, what is your experience? We can look at the Prashant Daigavani G screen. He has a timer, okay? And every participant has got 3 minutes. Thank you.
So I agree with you that there's a lot of digital overload. We get a lot of content, information from so many different medias. But I don't think that's a problem. The actual problem is lack of inner awareness. Like there is a lack of clarity about what we are as a person, what's our role in the society, and how we are related to others as well as nature. So if we have that inner clarity, about everything around us and about ourselves, our need, and what our role is in the society, then I think digital media or this or digital overload won't be a problem. In fact, we will be using that as a tool to support other things around us. So I think that's what like holistic development gives us that clarity, so we can use digital media and everything around us, the technologies, in a good manner to help everything around us and overall society. So that's what I understand.
But thank you. And that's a good statement, right? It's right utilization of the digital forum platform. It's basically me who is using. So instead of that digital overload, I can make an advantage of it for my personal, professional, and the holistic development. So thank you so much for that. Now, the next question to Tony Agrawal ji. There are so many people are concerned about the environment. Issues are there in the environment. And the question is that how universities can help our students to become more responsible towards the environment. How it can happen.
Namaskar, and thank you so much. And I listen all the other panelists, and then I really enjoyed the way we are discussing, the way we are open, and the way we are connected with our Gen Z. I really appreciate what our last panelist Shreya had mentioned. Like there are always two sides of the coin, and if we see today's generations, attention span is lagging behind, or maybe they are too much into social media. But at the same time, the other perspective is how we can utilize that inclination as their strength. So, in the similar manner, I will connect with the question that has been asked from me. Means how we can, motivate our young generation, or including ourselves, so that we are more conscious toward environment, toward society as at large. Nowadays we are listening and we are just so much so concerned about our environment. Ideally, we are already well aware, and the next point is how to motivate and how to give them the right instruments or right channel to ourselves, so that we are going to work into that direction. To the surprise, when I have started working as an HR professional on ESG, environment, social governance, and have started writing the book and started communicating with the companies and then to other stakeholders. So I found everyone is so much so concerned, but they do not know how to, go ahead. So in the similar manner, when I have taken a proposed this elective course to my MBA management students, they were so much so passionate, and they look forward for this course, how they can understand and then how they can contribute. So it is in our education system where we are just trying to have a dialogue with them and trying to understand their point of view, rather than just having a perception that whether they will be appreciating, or that kind of a that kind of a difficulty, if it is there, or confusion is there, things are not going to happen. So once we are having a clear understanding and also the dialogue, what we are doing and what is our responsibility and what is going to happen to the next generation. So I start with a conversation for an example to my students. Earlier, when we were young, we used to play. We never have taken a water bottle with us. Now, carrying a water bottle is a must, and the days are not there. Then we have to carry the oxygen mask. Already, we have started taking the mask when the pollution level is so bad. Similar cases with industries when I work with them. So they are also coming responsible, and I am sure with this dialogue, things are going for a betterment and change. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Yeah, so eventually what is, the solution is getting into the dialogue with the student. And that can only have the dialogue with the feeling of relationship. I remember one incident, when a teacher, he was sitting in the college lawn with a student, and just in the flow of talk, he asked one question to the student: can we survive without nature? And that one question has initiated the dialogue within the student, and it helped the student to understand that we are the part of nature, and we are receiving everything for our survival from the nature. So then it becomes our responsibility to have a role for the fulfillment of the nature. So thank you so much, Soniji. Now, the next is Teresa George. Are you there? Teresa, are you there?
Yes,
Yeah, can you please introduce yourself for me? I missed your introduction.
yeah, sure. Actually, my name is Teresa George, and I'm a final year student at Cochin University of Science and Technology. So I'm here as a student panelist right now.
All right, very good. So that's nice. The students are going through so much of competition, competition everywhere. So from competition to cooperation, and to help the student to have this empathy and integrity within, is the universal human values is helping you for this?
Okay. So can I go ahead with the answer?
Yes.
Okay, so right now we have come across a digitalized world, and empathy is not merely a emotional response, and it is a value-based understanding of how the relationship actually works. So within this UHV framework, empathy arises from recognizing that all human beings share the same fundamental aspirations, mainly for happiness as well as for the peace. So in case of academic institutions, they can nurture empathy by creating environments where the understanding is actively experienced. So I guess teaching empathy mainly begins with how dialogue and reflection is being implemented among the students. And I guess structured discussions on the real life situations or ethical dilemmas, or as also the social experiences that help students to see how the future works. So I guess these kind of experiences can be helpful in improving the empathy among the students, and this can encourage the students to listen others without judging, and also then empathy is being developed naturally. Mainly, most of the students or even the individuals are facing an issue of getting judged. And by this proper communication or by proper engagement, in this judgment can be reduced, and also practicing empathy requires experimental learning. So I guess the group work, peer-to-peer mentoring, also the collaborative problem solving can also be a great place where students can be implemented on nurturing empathy. And that's all. And mainly there are a lot of communities where the students can grow their themselves also. So I guess the community engagement also further strengthens how the empathy is getting exposed among the students to getting real time exposure to the human context. So that's how I look into this thing.
All right, good. So basically, the participation into different programs, right, connecting with the
Yes.
community, that would develop the empathy in the students. That's what you meant to say, right?
Yes.
Yes. Thank you so much. Now, next is Dr. Ankita Kirkiji. In the
Yes, sir.
in the age of entitlement, the constant comparison, how can institute cultivate gratitude among the student?
Thank you. Thank you so much for the wonderful question. Good evening, good afternoon, everyone, all the fellow panelists and the guests present over here. It all starts from gratitude itself. How can institute imbibe this beautiful habit amongst themselves is by living to it. Gratitude does not just come from saying thank you or saying, you did a lot for me. It is about reciprocating the same through actions. That is what UHV is also talking about. When we become a living example of humbleness as an institute, it matters. And National Service Scheme, the NSS section of every university and institute and organizations, it gives a huge platform to showcase this kind of gratitude. And I believe UHV and all the principles of the universal human values can be beautifully incorporated through this beautiful platform. It gives a way to the best way to nurture the habit of gratitude is by serving others through various causes, and that is what is possible through our actions. And I believe this is how it starts with our SDGs. What the whole purpose is about, where we all are heading unanimously. And if we all are heading unanimously in one direction, why are we not thankful? Today, I'm sitting here with most elite people of the nation and the world. I must be thankful. Is it about the learning that I am sharing? No, it's about the takeaway, the enrichment that I'll be having by the end of this session. This is gratitude. It changes the whole perspective of what and how the actions are being perceived. So it starts with that one simple thought, and that one simple thought can change the entire persona of what we are living with. So that is how I believe that we can enter into uh, I think that is how uh, gratitude can be imbibed through actions in universities as well. It starts right from the peon to the principal and to every stakeholder who's involved in the entire mission. And together we are there for it. And I humbly thank universe each and every day for giving multiple opportunities to give way back to what they have given us, so that when we meet God, we are there, eye to eye contact with the Almighty, saying, "Wow, Ankita, you did best for the purpose that you were sent for on earth." And that is how it is. That's simple. I mean, it's that simple. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for sharing it. What I'm
Yeah.
receiving, what I'm taking from others and converting it into an action.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Like just while eating the food, if you start looking at our plate, we get to see the food. And then a question after another question comes in, how come that food has come to my plate? So that connects to the whole nature and existence. The whole nature and existence is giving me unconditionally, having appreciation of it, develop that feeling of gratitude within very naturally. And that gratitude is significant in the development of relationship. So thank you so much. Next, I would like to call upon Dr. Sangeeta Karikarji. Sangeeta ji, are you there?
Good afternoon to everyone. Yes, I'm here.
Yes, good afternoon, Sangeeta ji. How can value-based education transform perceived threats like unemployment, stress, and social isolation into opportunity for innovation and self-growth?
What I feel is, as per me, the generation what we have today, we are at the crossroads where information, there is a storm of information and people don't know what to pick. So as a teacher, it's our moral responsibility to guide them. I always say this generation is armed ammunition, or it is a misguided missile. You have to, as a teacher, you have to serve the role for guiding them in the right direction so that they can strike the target, and both with time as well as destination, we are supposed to focus, like give them focus for them. So same is the case with human value education. What I feel is we need to sensitize them towards their role and responsibilities. So once they know their sense, they get the sense of responsibility, automatically the so-called depression thing, what is seeping in, or what is diverting them from their own target, can be managed. These days, there is a lot of competition, and half the time the student is basically getting distracted in this age of competition. So when he is getting distracted, when several cases during counseling which I came across was the sole reason being the student was not able to cope up with the studies, So he was getting engaged in playing games. He was finding solace in that. And that is how he was getting hooked onto it. So unless and until as a mentor, we are keeping track of our students, I also agree that there are a lot of students, like we need to have exact mentorship philosophy to be followed within the institutions, wherein students are connected with the teachers or mentors, and regular track of students. If the student is mentally healthy, automatically he will be able to focus on his aim, work towards it. I always say that getting good marks, like you need to basically sensitize them towards what is knowledge and what is wisdom. So the difference between knowledge and wisdom, understanding the difference between knowledge and wisdom is very important these days. And unless and until you clearly identify these two things, you cannot survive. So always you will find a person who is scoring very good marks may not be able to grab successful opportunity or get placed in a very good company. But the one who is scoring above average marks, but is street smart enough, able to speak enough, able to have the survival instincts which are aligning him towards the company goals, automatically will succeed in getting good job, succeed in his career path. So we need to guide them towards attaining these like satisfactory levels also. You are not supposed to see, you should know where you stand. What is your scope? What is your focus? You should not ask them, like parents also expect too much from them. So that also we need to have exact counseling sessions with the parents, like all the stakeholders who are there. So in fact, in our institutions also, we regularly conduct parent teachers meetings. So many times people say me कि आपने school बना रखा है. Initially, I have seen human values classes also. Initially, 2010, when human values was introduced as a part of curriculum, students used to run away from the class saying that, "Arey, chhod do yaar, Sanskar channel ki class ho rahi hai." That used to be statement. But now, with credit being added to it, they are interested. They go through the classes. Not only that, I feel very proud to announce that I'm having 600 volunteers of NSS units in my institute itself, where they are successfully managing different tasks, right from donation drives, health camps, sweeping, like cleanliness drives, everything. So if you are sensitizing them slowly, steadily, automatically their mental health will improve, and all the issues which are related to the depression, then non-availability of like jobs, getting like whatever deviating them towards non-aligned tasks, like which are destructive to the society, this problem will automatically be addressed to some extent. So as a patient teacher, as a mentor, this onus lies on us as a teacher, and we need to guide them properly. That is our role and responsibility, what we have to fulfill, and we have to lead by example in this particular path. So that is what is my say of. I hope I am able to satisfy you with my viewpoint.
Thank you so much. I mean, we need to live with it and lead by
Yeah,
example.
we have to accept that. We have to make part of that. We have to make them answerable to each and everything. Give them a sense of responsibility, sensitization, not to think about themselves, but to the person who's sitting next to him. Let him think about that also. If he starts thinking about community where he is staying, parents who have given him birth, given him something. So right from like choti cheeze hoti hai, like we have in day-to-day life. So if you start them, making them responsible for each and everything, automatically they will pick up things, and they themselves will realize that, and they are intelligent enough to grab that. That is what is we should be proud of, that this generation is very smart and very intelligent.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you for all of your sharing and inputs.
Thank you.
Now we are getting into the second round. Before we open up our second round of discussions, let me see if any participants of this conference have a question for the panel. If you have any question, you may raise your hands. Okay. If any question from the audience? As of now, I don't see any hand is being risen. So I go to the second round of discussion now. All the panelists are going to get 1 minute for this. Basically, now there is no question, there is no doubt about need of value education. Everybody has reached to the conclusion that the value education we are already providing, but now this is time to go for the value-based education. And that has come out very nicely through this panel discussion. My question is to everyone, and I call your name and then you can answer to the same question about your own idea. What new educational strategies or policy can bridge the gap between academic achievement and the value-based living for the youth of today? Okay, so this is the question. Shanmuka Priya ji, what is your view on this?
Yes, thank you for this wonderful question, Dr. Umeshi. Values must be integrated into curriculum, I would say. For example, I handled one subject for my CSC Computer Science final year students, Sustainable Development Practices. Though I am a volunteer in this UHV and also I am teaching universal human values to first year students and also to the second year students. When I am handling the subjects, though it is technical like power system or electrical, I will assign one assignment so that they will implement their assignment, not only technical point of view, they will conclude with some example which is related to that ethics or value based. For example, I implemented in the sustainable development practices subject also, when they were sharing after their involvement in the community connect, they connected the content through the feelings, not for the paper submission. So it should be implemented through the curriculum. We can make the pedagogy training or teaching to the kids, and also the institutional culture and the leadership should model these values. So we and all underwent the training using this UHV, like our deans, directors, HODs, everybody gone through this universal human values training, so that our approach became value-based approach to handle technical subjects also. So this is the very much needed among Gen Z kids. When systems support both competence and character, so achievement naturally aligns with value-based living. No doubt in that. So our education should be value-based, though there are different disciplines, whether it is medicine or engineering or science and humanities, everything should be incorporated with the value-based education. So my point is the curriculum should be in such a way so that we can balance the gap between achievement and then value-based living. Thank you, Dr. Umesh.
Thank you, Shanmuka Priya ji. Just a reminder of the time. We have only 1 minute, and you can follow the watch which is there on Prashant ji's screen. Shreya and Teresa, both of you are at the receiving end. So what do you think that what your university shall have strategies or the policy to bridge this gap between academic achievement and the value-based living?
So may I answer?
Yes. First, you
Yeah. So basically, I do agree with ma'am. So yes, curriculum integration is important because in our college itself we have a UHV cell, and we did have a period in which we would discuss the faculty, like our faculty himself, Sunil Kumar sir, is himself a role model for us. He has shown how we can make ethical decisions and how we get clarity about ourselves and everything. So it's like a proper interaction, like he provided us with a platform wherein we get to reflect ourselves, what we did, and evaluate our decisions. So one is curriculum integration is important. Second is reflective assessment and faculty role modeling. Like if they are good, like we tend to learn from them and improve ourselves and correct our mistakes. So that's what I feel.
Okay, thank you. Resa,
Okay, sir. So this question is much relatable for us, like and myself and Shreya being in the same class also. So regarding this topic, it's like being a college student, it's very much necessary to have much understanding regarding the USU, because we are in the pathway of towards the life lesson. So I guess offering rather than just theory-based learnings, offering much more experience-based or understanding-based learning can be very much helpful in facing problems as well as solving much hurdles in our lifetime. So just like Shija mentioned, like we were having a placement, we were having a UHV cell, and where sir just make us to say how our outcomes or how our understandings on each and every topics and how it can be reflected in our own life, or how it can be helpful for others also. So by getting a chance to making more outcomes to personal outcomes to other students, it will be much motivation for others also, like they have faced the same issues and we can also overcome such situations. So I guess offering much more personal or life lesson based classes can be much helpful than the theory based learnings also.
okay, thank you so much. Coincidentally, we have three policymakers for their institutions in our panel: Dr. Jitendra Kumarji, Dr. Suresh Maniji, and Dr. Sangeeta Karyakartiji. So this question to all of you, you can answer it one by one. What new educational strategies or policy you would like to adopt at your institution to bridge the gap between only academic, the focus only on the academic achievement to the value-based living for the youth today? Jitendra Kumarji, would you like to take a
Thank
first
you.
question?
Thank you for this very important question. The critical challenge here is to imbibe these values as the integral part of our learning and living both. And here I would like to submit, and we are practicing also, that it should be made mandatory that there are certain things which are learned on the continuous basis. And this is that every student has to be involved in contributing and serving to the peer students, either as a mentoring or as a support, whatever best is there. Then to the university, contributing to one or other aspects of the university development, taking the responsibility, like maintaining the campus clean, trying to contribute in the various activities of the university as a volunteer, and many. Then to the nearby, as we call extension activities, and then to the nation they should try to come up with. So there has to be progression for the entire duration of the engagement at the university or the institution. The student should move from one to another engagement of service where the responsibility is imbibed. These are not knowledge-based things that you can teach and people remember. It has to come as a reflex. People should do it and do it repeatedly so that whenever they see a situation, they can demonstrate and depict. So we need to see that in the curriculum design, some portion should be given for that, how to have the self-discipline, the self-well-being in terms of exercise, yoga, reflection, meditation, whatever works for people. There has to be the host of the things. Look at yourself, look at the surrounding, right from your peer student to the university to the surrounding society, and then nation and the world. It has to go gradually. That sensitivity has to be imbibed by getting immersed. NSS is a good activity, but it should go beyond NSS. That's what my submission. And we are practicing where we have got mind management and human values, where people have to go through multiple models, which starts from yoga to the leadership sessions to the service, and that is working good. Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much, sir. Dr. Suresh Maniji.
Sir, unmute yourself. Sir, unmute yourself, Suresh.
Thank you very much, sir. I think I agree with my previous speakers, distinguished speakers. lot of efforts have been made, and I think, but the population of India is too large, and even the higher education sector has a major chunk in that. As of now, these online sessions of UHV are going on to the faculty. Most of the faculty now, over a period of time, are getting used to that. They are learning it once, twice. And as Dr. Chaitanya spoke, it is not a one-time affair that you understand everything. You need to go again and again so that you really understand the meaning of it. I feel that NPTEL Swayam course, something like this, which can be introduced to students and faculty at their own pace, they can learn also. And the course what we have been introduced through UHV to our students as per the NEP 2020, that required a lot of time. The distinguished speakers in this UHV panel are very committed, dedicated, and very passionate about UHV, and hence they are able to communicate in simple words. What I have seen over the years, I am associated with this. But this expertise in a young teacher or an upcoming institution, it is very challenging. So I feel the standardized course material, and the students also, they are speaking about the experiential learning. I think this is more said than done. The students need to reflect, and they have to experience this. Then only they'll understand, appreciate that, and inculcate there in their lives. Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you. Thank you, sir. Dr. Sangeeta Karyakarte ji.
Yeah, I agree with both the speakers on this particular issue. Being a affiliated institution, I have limited scope of adding these things into my curricula. However, whatever evaluation rubrics we design, among those rubrics, we do have scope of including some evaluation, like assessment points, such as if like for example, we have something known as internship presentation. We have something known as minor project presentation, which starts right from the third semester itself of the Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam Technical University. So what we do in this case is, when the person is like, the student is going for the presentation of those particular like it is a compulsory course. So whenever he is going to attempt that particular course, what we have designed among the rubrics is whether ethically he is giving due credit to whatever images, whatever text he is picking up. So that responsibility of his lies over there, that he has picked up something, so he has to give due credit to it. When he has used the image, write something below that image. So these strict adherence guidelines which are to be followed, these are slowly, it will take some time to get into this, but slowly we have designed, like what rubrics we have designed, from that itself, we are able to groom the student right from the third semester itself, so that at the end of the fourth year, when he is reaching over there, at least he has that sense of responsibility. I am doing something which has to be ethical. Another thing is, I feel there has to be transparent reflection. Whatever he is doing, you have to show him the mirror itself. Like today he has performed the practical, judge whatever judgment you are doing or whatever assessment you are doing, do it in front of him and take signature for him on his assessment. So this practice also has helped me in grooming them. Like they become responsible. Like I have to be attentive in the class. I have to be like, especially whatever lab practical aspects ke liye, whatever that casual attitude was there, that I have observed to be very much change in that attitude, because of which the student is regularly attending the practical sessions. He knows, if I am missing the practical session, next term I have to come completed, I have to stay extra, finish my pending job, because I am not going to get marks rewarded, because this is the sense of a student, that marks mujhe milne chahiye. So to score marks, he has to put in efforts, and one who is putting effort will be rewarded for his marks. So if I'm having that reward system incorporated, and that too transparency in rewarding, so that is helping a lot in grooming them as a responsible citizen. That is what is my observation.
Okay, thank you so much, ma'am. Dr. Mridula.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
While I was the chairman of the Board of Studies, we had taken efforts to introduce the UHV2 into our curriculum, and along with the full support of Sunil Kumar sir and Deepa Nair Didi of our university. And but though this is there in the curriculum as a 3-credited course, it was introduced as an additional subject. So when this is an additional subject, the students have different feeling towards this subject, and when we try to make it as one among the 6 core subjects which they have to learn, I'm sure the students will agree with me because we belong to the same university. Then there is a lot of resistance from the teaching community that certain courses have to be finished in the second year before they go to the third year. So that pressure was there. Somehow we could manage to at least include it into the curriculum as a beginning. And then we also had offered an open elective UHV course for the 7th semester students, which I had offered twice and which went off very well. But unfortunately, after my tenure got over, the next team took over. This open electives were replaced, the UHV open electives were replaced by more technical subjects. I didn't fight a battle there, though I'm still a member of the Board of Studies. Anyway, I strongly feel if this UHV has to be with the student along through the entire curriculum, we should have an elective course in a higher semester so that they can continue with the practices. That would surely help them. So maybe we can think about it, sir. And also the policy makers, though there is a program to sensitize the policy makers, there is a revision in the team of policymakers every 4 years. So that also should be kept in mind. So the best thing is to strengthen the activities of the UHV cell in our university. Now we have teamed up under the leadership of Deepa Nair Didi to strengthen the UHV cell activities. So I'm coordinating the activities in our division. So we have formed a core group of 2 representatives from every class, so that we plan to sensitize the core team first and then spread the message through them to the entire classmates. So we always talk about the needy, the society. Like we say, charity begins at home. There are needy students in the class also, which most of us are not aware. The teachers are not aware, and also even the classmates are not aware. So maybe we should try to help them out first and then move out into the society. We have a mixed group in our university coming from different backgrounds, and I'm sure there are students who are needy among them. Thank you.
Yeah. Namaskar again. Very well said. First, I will start with the new education policy and how it is one is value-based education, two sensitization, getting them aware, and also making it a part and parcel of our curriculum. So as we in our management college, IMI Kolkata also, we are having UHB as a core course that first year students have to undergo it. And as I said, even I have developed one course on sustainability and students have taken it. Another is mindfulness that I have developed and students have taken it. So it seems like the kind of a drive that is being taken nationally and now internationally, and students are also appreciating a lot and they are coming forward and they are writing it to me that this is the one of the best value addition we can say we are having it in our MBA education. So the kind of initiative, the kind of guidelines, the kind of a guidance is being provided is actually helping the students. And I listen to the students representative. They are also mentioning they take their teachers as role model, as well as if the proper structure is there in the university system, so they definitely get benefited. So I'm sure the drive is been in the right path, and we all should continue it to take it to a newer height. Namaskar.
Ankita,
Yes, sir. Am I audible?
Yeah.
Yes. So thank you for the question. And I'm happy that I'm talking after Soni ma'am because I want to continue the same aspect, but the other side of the coin. As ma'am gave the three perspectives, I would like to give another three perspectives. See, there are three connecting dots. One is the new education policy. Another is the graduate attribute and professional competency version 4.0, that is GAPC 4.0, given by national accreditation, a body of accreditation. Then we have SDGs. Now, all these three, when we combine together, there is where the soul enters, and that soul is UHV. I would be really happy to see the success of UHV, seeing it as running like a blood in the body through the veins. And we are the veins. We teachers are the veins, but blood has to run through, not just in the perspective of UHV, how that can be done. So, what is my proposal? Community engagement program is one of the courses through which we can sow the seed. Another point that I want to tell is, due to lack of time, another point is how we can sow the seed. See, for the students, what is the outcome? For the students, the entire takeaway for the entire course for 4-year graduate program is their project. Let us use the entire vision in allocating. The seed can be sown in the process of allocating the project. How we are allocating the project, right from there we begin the action plan. We are no more just in the phase of awareness. Action needs to be taken, and that is what the new education policy is talking about. Let me give a brief analysis of this. A project has to have an empathetic view. Why there is a need of the project? It's no more just incorporating the technological aspect, but why the site needs, there are eyes, but the site needs to be inculcated into the students through project. The outcome that I would like to share proudly in my last 10 seconds is we at Ajinkya Devai Patil School of Engineering, Pune, from AIDS department, were successful to incorporate this proposal that I am putting. We secured our students and the mentor, Dr. Professor Geeta Kodbagi ma'am. We were successful in giving a solution to Ministry of Tribal Welfares, and the students, the project last week itself, the project in entirety has been successfully deployed, dear panelists, and the students naturally secured 1.5 lakhs prize. That is the first prize. When I say that it is a proud moment for all of us as a team, it began with a vision and a sure, will and wish of the students and the guide. The guide who plays an important role to choose, to make that audacity of choosing the most complex engineering problem and try to give a solution. Maybe in a black hole, but let's try. Let's give that first step. And if we can give that first step unitedly, not as just students or teachers, but let's join hands together. Let's give that big shot. And I'm sure the new education policy and the entire vision that we all are looking for can be realized. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Congratulations to you, your team.
Thank you.
And everybody.
Thank you. Thank
you. Yeah, so I just would like to extend my thank you to all the panelists for sharing your valuable inputs on this particular topic. We all are aspiring to have harmony in the society, and for that it's important to create our graduates with the proposed graduate attributes. And that can be done through value education. So although the educational institutions who have already offered UHV have strengthened their commitment to make it more effective implementation, and those institutions who are yet to offer have shown their interest and have a great confidence on value educations can bring the change in individual, and such individuals can participate in the transformation of society. So with this, thank you so much. I just would like to ask everyone, just a small request, please open up your video, and Aditya ji can put everybody on the screen so that I would like to take a group photo. Over to you. Abaji. While I take the
Thank
group
you.
photo, you can give your experience here. Thanks.
Thank you, sir. So we all need to give a big shot for humanizing our education. I really feel obliged to mark each of your talk as the enrichment of the discussion, which will certainly take us approaching to the core of the education. You could observe throughout the discussion that we can create the ecosystem in higher education, where we can visualize to enable the Gen Z through value-driven education, initiating from human education to personal transformation to societal transformation. That's a big lead. It's very true. When educators understand the values and its role, they can easily bring awareness into the classrooms and communities, and students tend to be disciplined and moving ahead towards self-discipline. For this, now I think this is the right moment when we can align our skill education to value education and go hand in hand. If I could remind you all the example which was given by Umesh sir there in the key lecture note 2, at how to divide 4 mangoes with a brother. Just it will be the distribution or sharing with the feeling of relationship. And this is the right moment. While teaching division, only we can understand the value of division in human life, and same method can be taken up to university level to understand AI learning and technical savviness, complementing the human goal to make a better world and live in better world beautifully. With this, I thank each and every delegate for sparing their precious time for enriching the panel session with their remarkable inputs on the theme. I also thank our participants watching live streaming from across the world. I must thank our UHV presenter, Dr. Prashant, the moderator, Mr. Umesh Chatterjee, and the technical team, along with all the supporting members for making the discussion successful with all the possibilities. In the same order, tomorrow on 21st December 2025, we have panel discussion on plans and programs for effective implementation of value-driven higher education. I hope tomorrow again we'll have deep exploration through wide perspectives shared by our panelists. That is certainly going to deepen our collective resolve to build a value-based world. Thanks again. So now we have a 15-minute break, and after break, like yesterday, you can join any of the rooms where panel sessions are going, and people are sharing their individual and institutional journeys through value-driven education. You can have feel of the depth of you of the sharing. We'll continue the panel discussion for higher education tomorrow at the same time, 12:45 afternoon. See you again to continue listening to the discussion on plans and programs for effective implementation of value-driven higher education. Until then, namaste. Greetings to all of you. Thank you.
Namaskar.
Thank you.
Namaskar.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.